All right, welcome back. This is the final lesson, tips, tricks, and resources. There's a list of resources in the class notes or the course notes or lesson notes, I should say. So let's start out with the analyzer. So some quick down and dirty tricks or tips here. If you don't want to, I admit these can be tedious, especially some larger facilities have a lot of units. So if there's a lot, and if you want to just do a quick down and dirty underwriting and see if you can get an LOI in real quick, you can always input your total units and your total occupied units here and your gross income all here. You can overwrite these columns. Remember, this whole worksheet is unlocked, so you can overwrite anything. You can delete anything. I wouldn't recommend that, and I would recommend file save as. Right, so you're going to file save as, and then say the name of the property. I always use the name of the property in the underwriting tool. So I'll take the name of the property, file save as, syndication deal analyzer underscore, then the property name. Okay. So then you're not overriding your blank template. So again, if you don't want to input all these units and stuff and these calculations, that's perfectly fine. Just do it down here, overwrite these cells and get your calculations here. You're going to have to input your expenses. There's no way around that one. So same on the competition tab. If you don't want to input all your competition, you can do that later, by the way. You can do your 3 mile after you've done your underwriting and see, it depends on, your time sensitivity on the investment. So you can do some of this stuff afterwards. I like to do it up front. I like to see the demand up front, the area up front, the crime, the job statistics, and all that stuff. And I'll get some resources on those in here in a minute. And then on your deal analysis, so if you do that, you should get your current and your market. If you only get your current, then go ahead with your custom offer and do your underwriting from there. So that's a quick example of how to do this. I put 20 there. This of how to overwrite some of these cells to get a quick underwriting going, depending on the urgency of the underwrite. Right, sometimes these properties go really quick, and you need to know really quick if you want to make an offer or not. So, just a quick, easy some tips there for you on the syndicator deal out analyzer. Okay, so resources, Radius. Let's start with that. Radius is a paid subscription, so you're going to have to sign up. If you sign up, you get 5 free credits. So as you can see here, I did a demo profile, so I could show you guys and not use my own credits. They're $20 a pop. And that only gives you an hour on the tool. This is their landing page, so it's radiusplus.com. And this is just their landing page. Like I said, there'll be some news on self-storage, which is great stuff. They have some listings. I've never really used it. I guess it's okay, but let's go into the tool. I want to show you guys the tool, though. This is what I use a lot. You can see here on the left side, you have search, trade area, pricing, occupancy, which is a paid subscription thing, and facility information. Those are the main ones I use. Over here, you'll see the set radius. You can do mile, 2 mile, 3 mile, 4 mile, 5 mile, and 10 mile. You can select, deselect any of these things. I usually have them all selected, and I'll show you why in a second. And then you're going to search. Let's say, let's pull up my facility that we just purchased in Columbia. Mazara. Ooh. Sometimes it takes a while to load, guys. Their servers are a little bit slow. It looks like it's loading. Come on. You can do it. Wow. Oh, there it goes. Okay, there. It's yellow, red dots. Red dots are supply. Yellow dots are what? 2019. Blue dots we got to pay attention to. If you click on a blue dot, look, permitted. That's a new storage facility that's been permitted to go in. It's still not giving me my radius here. Hang on. Oh, so as you can see here, here's a radius. So it drew the 3-mile radius for me. I don't know why it's not doing it in Columbia for me, but anyways, let's just use this. Okay, there's your 3-mile radius. This is kind of in the sticks, so we might want to use a 4 or 5-mile radius. So what is that going to do? Nothing on this page. What you want to do is go over to the trade area, and you'll see, oh, facility count 3, climate control, nothing. Non-climate control, there's 38,810 rentable square feet in that 5-mile radius, and a per capita based on 2020 square foot per capita of 7.4 per capita. So that's quite a bit for a rural area. I bet you that there's some uptick there. If you scroll down some more, you'll see the facility count for active pipeline. There is no active pipeline here. It would show up right here, and there is none. So that's good. There's no building going on. So maybe you're taking over one of these facilities, and you can pull them all up. Wise Choice Mini Storage, or All Around Properties. That's kind of a weird one. That's a small, or self-storage. That's a clever name there. Yeah, go away. All right, and if you keep scrolling down, it'll tell you the trade area. I take these kind of with a grain of salt. I don't trust their metrics all that much, or their demographic information all that much. But it's interesting. You'll get your household count right here. Renter occupied, average median household income. That's pretty good, actually. 63,000. That's a sweet spot. That's pretty good out in the sticks. What else? Let's try to move this down to my 3-mile radius, down to my facility. If you want to move this guy, just go like that. Drag your doohickey. That's my facility right there. Boink. There's my trade area. Ooh, look at that. That is juicy. Only 4.8 per capita. Even with the expansion and the active pipeline, it's only 5.7. Our demand is like through the roof. That is not true. I know that for a fact. Population is probably pretty accurate. Households is pretty accurate. Median household income, that's pretty accurate. Maybe a tad bit more, I think. But anyways, as you can see, it's pretty cool. You can click on then the facility. This is definitely not accurate. So as you can see, some of this stuff is out of date, right? You're going to get out of date data. But if you want to click on other ones and then click on the facility icon, it'll show you a picture of the icon. It'll show you the facility metrics. In other words, rentable square feet, when it was completed, if there's a sale history, if there's tax information, if there's a loan. Well, again, take this with a grain of salt. I don't know how out of date this is. Let's go back to the trade area. It's going to be slow. Let's go to pricing. Here we go. Okay, so I can tell you right now, this is not very accurate because we're not up at $150 or $170. There's no way. Not for a 10 by 10. We're at about 110, something like that, right around that range. So again, take it with a grain of salt, but it does give you some pricing information to go off of. And I think I've told you how to do that in Google Maps, and then pull up their website. Their websites usually have pricing. You can call them, find out their pricing. Easy enough. What else? Facility, trade area, back to search. Again, your one credit only lasts 1 hour. So, and each credit is $20. So use them wisely. All right. Another great resource is citydata.com. city-data.com. You see here, I already pulled up Columbia, Missouri. I like to use Columbia. I like the market. What I look for on this page, population change, 45%. Yowzers, that's a huge change. So that's good. In storage, we want to see population growth, right? Median residential age, it's young. Which is good. Again, they tend to rent online. They're more tech savvy. Median household income, 56,000. It was 33,000. Look at that growth. Good. Green light, right? Home value was 110,000, is now 218,000. Good. Green light. Gross rent, I don't really use that. There's some cool maps here and cool features. You can search by segment in Columbia. See, you can search by each segment. What we're really looking for is growth in all the factors. And then crime is a critical one. So you can see here, 2017 was not a good year in Columbia. They had some 300s. Yeah, but 2019 it went down, so that's good. You always want to look for that. If it's in the high 3s and 4s, well, here's the average, 270. So, a year like this was not good, right? A year even like this, 288 was kind of a high crime. And then it'll give you the averages here. It's an easier look on that. What else does it give you? Gives you jobs. It gives you all sorts of stuff. And this is free. And unemployment, that's a good one. That's really good. I mean, look, unemployment in November here, 2.8%. I think it's at, I have another site for that, one of these. I think I'm done on this site, so I can take you over there. Department of Labor. Right there, 4.2. It went up in December. Usually it goes up in December. Look at during COVID. Look at prior to COVID, 2.5%, 3%. COVID hit 6.6, 5, 5, 2, 6, 2, 6, and then spiked again. December usually spikes anyways, seasonal work. So you want to see look at this low unemployment. That's really good for an area. So departments of the labors, there is the BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics. You can find your local area in there. They have unemployment stats. Also, here's another neat tool. I think Neil Ball was one of his students, and I don't know the guy's name. I wish I did, because this is a great little tool. You can look up cities. This is mostly for apartment rentals, but still a cool tool because it shows you the statistics, and he kind of grades it, or she. Population growth, as you can see, 40%, 40.5 population growth, income growth. As you can see here, crime, whoops, a little negative there. Housing value growth. So I look at all these things. Same with multifamily investors. I look at all these types of economic indicators for an area when I'm investing in self-storage. They're very important. Do not skip this stuff. And then your 1 year job growth, of course, is going to be down right now. And then he has a landlord friendly, which, we're not landlords, we're storage owners. So he has it broken out into sections too. Look at that. That's kind of cool. Learn something new. I can't see because Zoom's in the way. Okay, another one. Job growth. This is the Department of Numbers, Employment and Metros. I have all these bookmarked in my tools folder in my favorites here. It comes across, I think, something like this. It's all blurry and stuff. I usually sort by name, and a lot of metros are in here. So let's use my favorite, Columbia, Missouri. There it is. So, negative for this year, a lot of, you're going to see that a lot right now, of course, right? but not much. You know, they took a little hit compared to Columbia. Oh, there it is. Okay, so down 3,000 jobs, and different. These are different indices. I don't even want to go into that right now, but one says 3,000 jobs lost, one says 3,734 jobs lost. And you can see here, look at that spike downwards. Boom. Yeah, that's COVID, right? And then up and then down again. So we're going to see that across the United States, obviously. Google Maps. Of course, I use Google Maps. Population. To check the population, I use Google Maps, and it'll show you on upward trend. It's always a good thing, upward trend. It's going to show you from 2011 on this one. It varies from city to city. 2011, it was Columbia, Missouri was 106,658 people. 2019, it's 121,230. So population growth. Looks like Jefferson is kind of stagnant, right? And then up here, Springfield is growing. Looks like it's growing. It took a little dip right here, and then now it's growing. So you always want to look for the growth factor, especially with storage. Crime. Here's another little Crime Stoppers. I dismissed this. Crimestop.com, and then you type in the name of your facility. My facility's right here. You can zoom in. What is this? Other. I don't know what other is. What is this? Theft. What is this? Assault. Ooh, a shooting. Ooh, shootout. Another shooting. Jeez. Arrest. So you'll see, various things, of course. And it looks like, I don't know, it looks like mainly over here, but I think it's based on like a radius or something like that. So you can browse by state, or you could put the address in. Let's try something else. Let's go 202. Oh, they're all Columbia. See, yeah, it kind of did a little thingy. Oh, look, graffiti. Anyways, those are some tricks, resources, tips. All these sites are in the notes. Again, thank you for your purchase. And if you have any questions, comments, please feel free, or suggestions, please feel free to put those in the course comment section down below. And we'll see you in the storage world. Bye.